Hello and welcome. In this video, I'll be introducing you to the JavaScript comparison operators. JavaScript comparison operators are used to compare values and will return a Boolean result. Boolean basically means true or false. So when you use JavaScript comparison operators, it will always return either a true value or a false value. So this is basic table illustrating some comparison operators. So I'll start from the top, which the first is known as the equal operator, and it's represented with the double equal symbol. So what that does, it checks if values are equal. Okay, so if you want to compare if two values are equal, you use the equal to operator. If you want to check if values are equal both in value and data type, you use the strictly equals to, which is represented with a triple equal sign. A single equal is used to assign a value. So we must be careful between the distinction between single equals or double. If you want to check if something is equal to something, you use a double equals. If you want to assign a value like you do in variables, you use just a single equal. If you want to compare that the values are strictly equal in both data type and value, you use the triple equal symbol. If you want to check if values are not equal, you use the exclamation mark and the equals to sign. That will check if the values are not equal. If you want to check if the values are strictly not equal in value and data type, you use the exclamation and double equal symbol. So if you want to check if a value is greater than another value, you use the greater than sign. For example, you want to check if 5 is greater than 2. If you want to check if a value is less, you use the less than symbol, which checks if a number is less than another number or value. You can also use the greater than or equal to, which is represented by the greater than sign and the equals to sign. What that does, it checks if the values is greater than or equal to. The less than or equal to is represented by the less than symbol and the equals to sign. This checks if the value is less than or equal to. So I'm going to jump into the console now and give you some basic examples of these comparison operators. So when you're using comparison operators, they will always return either a true or false result. Say for example, if I want to check if 4 is equals to 5, that will return false because 4 is not equals to 5. If I want to check if a value is strictly equals in type and also in value. So what I'll do first, I'll create a variable, call a variable called x. I'll give this a value of 7. I'll create a variable called y, and I'll give this a value of 7, but the 7 will be a string value. So which means the data type is different from variable x. So now I can do a comparison. I can say x is equals to y. This will return to true because both of them have a value of 7. Now if I use the triple equals to, it will return to false because the data type is different but the value is the same. So if I do x triple equals to y, that will give me a result of false because they are not equal in data type. The variable y has a data type of string. You can tell because of the quotes that is enclosed around the value, and variable x is numerical, which has a value of 7. So they are the same in value but not the same in data type. So if you want to check if two values are the same, for example, if I say 8 is not equals to 7, that will return true because 8 is bigger than 7, so it is not equal to 7. So if you want to check if a number is greater than another number, you want to check if 9 is greater than, say, 8, that will evaluate to be true because 9 is greater than 8. If we say 8, we call 8 is less than, say, 7, that again we evaluate to be true because 8 is greater than 7. So here I'm using the less than sign, comparing if 8 is less than 7. That has returned false because 8 is greater than 7. If I was to say 7 is less than 8, that will evaluate to be true because 7 is less than 8. So let me create a couple of variables. I'll create a variable a. I give it a value of 17 and I use the comparison. So if I say a is greater than or equals to 17, that will evaluate to be true because the variable a here is 17. So I'm saying a is greater than or equal to 17. So that evaluates to be true. If I create another variable, say I create a variable b and assign it a value of 10, and I want to check comparison. So if I say is variable b less than or equals to 9, that will evaluate to be false because b is 10. So these are basic examples of comparison operators. Once you understand the basic concepts, then it'll be easy for you to use the comparison operators. That's it for this video. Thank you for watching. Bye for now.